Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster, and welcome to Personal Year 1. Before I get overly excited about your personal year, let's first take a look at what the universal year has in store for us. It's a 4 energy. How do I know that? By adding together and reducing down all the digits of the current year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 equals 4. What does that mean in brief? It means structure, stability, planning, order, loyalty, building. Building from the foundations up. Foundations are so important. Step by step, it's a slower year than last year, and it's one where we really now need to ground ourselves in order to be strong and move forward. To understand more about the universal year, check out the forecast in the link above, description below. This is the first energy we all work on, no matter what personal year we are. We have the universal energy and then we have our own right in on top. So moving on to your personal year energy. Personal year 1. The birthday I'm using for this example, 20th of April, another one of my children's birthdays. We're reducing down the day and the month and adding it to the universal year. 20 is 2 plus 0 equals 2. April's the 4th month, so it's a 4. And we've got the current year as a 4. 2 plus 4 plus 4 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. If you didn't quite get that and want to understand, you've got a more complicated birthday that you want to work out, then do go and check how to calculate your personal year in the link above, description below. Personal year 1. So exciting for you, hence the welcome. This isn't just like everybody else, a new year or a new decade. For a personal year 1, it's a new beginning, a fresh start. And for you guys, it's a whole new epicycle. You're starting afresh. It's a rebirth. Isn't that exciting? After 2019 and all that, maybe things you needed to let go, that melancholy, the things that were dragging you down, you should have released so you start to feel more buoyant and more excited for 2020. The past is important. It brings us to this point, but there's no point in lugging that load with us anymore. It is time to let go, cut the cords, close those doors, because we are going to open many, many new doors from this point forward. This energy is asking you to own your uniqueness, your individuality. It's time to be independent, stand on your own 2 feet, step up, make decisions and move forward. It's time to lead. If no one else, your own self in the life that you were born to live. What do you want? This is the first thing you really need to think about, is where do you see the next 9 years going? Because you're at the beginning now, starting afresh. This year we're going to sow many seeds, many new behaviours, projects, goals, and new attitudes need to take place. I'm asking you to know your potential. I don't care whether you're 20, 30, 50, 70, 90. There's still bags more potential inside of you. You have not stretched or grown enough. You have not expanded. The one energy is the pioneer. So get your pioneer gear on and let's start moving forward. Let go of the past, as I said. We're going to hoist up that anchor and set sail. It's going to feel a little bit daunting, and there may be some fears that come up, which is totally understandable. I've said it's like a rebirth. We're going to have to find courage to make new decisions, to step out of our comfort zone, to take some form of risk, to do new things. So far up until this point, perhaps not knowing numerology, you've just been in a boat with no oars and flapping around. You started off in school, and as a young kid you dreamed of being an astronaut or a mountaineer or something. But school meant that you had to stay there and do your studies. Then you got a choice of options because you were going to be an architect or a florist or an actor or something. But as you come to the end of your education, you land yourself a job because you're told your dreams are too lofty. Well, when you get into a one personal year, you're getting that opportunity with all your past understanding and past growth to start afresh. Fantastic. Understand this. You were born an original. Don't die a copy. Now is the time to stop fitting in and start standing out. The one energy is about leadership. And if you think about running a race, if you want to win, you're out there on your own. So the one energy can bring in some form of isolation or loneliness. Check whether you're imprisoning yourself or other people are doing it. If it's other people, the chances are they're pulling you down. It's time to let them go. Bye-bye. If it's your own self, then check in with your thoughts, check in with your emotions, check in with what is coming up on a daily basis to see how it's all serving you. And if you are feeling that way, it's a great time to really understand who you are. In the personal year videos, I mentioned the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual elements. And the 4 energy is really physical. The 1 energy is physical as well. There's a lot of doing. It's an action number. I'm asking you, or in each video, I'm giving you a spiritual aspect to work on. And for you, it's self-awareness. Understand how you affect you, how you affect your environment, how your environment affects you, how others affect you, how you affect others. Become self-aware of your own energy so that you can work on this. Now, the 1 energy can have you feeling very self-centered and focused totally on yourself. It is a self-focusing energy, and there may be some guilt and fears. If you're in a relationship, if your relationship's great, great. If your relationship's a bit rocky, it's going to be tested in this period of time. You may be accused of being selfish and not considerate. Just check in, be self-aware. If that's validation that you need to understand, or it's somebody else relying on you. You want to release dependencies this year. Dependencies in your relationship. Codependency never works. I have a saying, it's your life. LYFE. Love yourself first every day. Start by loving yourself first. People treat you the way you treat yourself. When you love yourself, you make decisions that serve you. Great if you're not in a relationship, because then you can just be doing this. So let's work from this aspect at the moment. So now you serve you. Now you go and meet somebody that you could be in a relationship with. Do they serve you? Not as in a codependency way, are they supportive? Do they value you in your own right? When we take off the mask, when we take down the facade and we are who we are, people can meet us where we're at. So we don't want dependent relationships. We want interdependent relationships. Love yourself first, and then don't tell this new person or your current person, I love you. Say, I love us. That way you're each delivering love to yourself. You realize that you're a unit. You realize that you enjoy what you're doing moving forward. Now, if the other person can't come from this perspective, then they're not for you. If the relationship is valuable and supportive and it's your behavior that needs to alter, then seek help. Get some mediation or something. However, if it's not, then it's time to let go. We all need to be free. I want you to be focused on what it is that you want. Understand you've got this great potential to make it happen. You had these dreams as a child to be an astronaut. Now let's make it really take out and play. Understand throughout this year that there will be ups and downs, and not everything is going to work because you're going to take more risks than normal. Know that there are no mistakes, only lessons. There are no failures, just research. Let's move on to looking at your year month on month. Talking about month on month, I do a monthly forecast video. Check the link above, description below. They're well worth watching because again, each month I'm telling the energy that we're all working on. But I'm going to now be more specific to you, my fellow, or I'm not actually a personal year one, but to all of you personal year one people, what is in store for 2020 month on month? January. January brings us a 2 energy. Now the 1 energy wanted to get going, it's got these ideas, it's looking for a fresh start, and the 2 energy is slow. We all start, no matter what personal year we're in, with an energy that seems to conflict with the energy we want to move forward on. So it's time to slow down. Know where you are at now. What have you not released from the past? What's still pulling you back? What's not allowing you to go, I am ready to go? We need to cut the ties. We need to let it go. We need to work our way through this. So take time to get to know where you are. It could be that 1 minute you're optimistic and the next minute you're pessimistic. That's okay, that's normal. We're making a major life change. We're being rebirthed in this energy. And so doubt and fear may come up. This isn't just a new chapter. This is a new book. And while I'm talking about sorting things out, this month the 2 energy really does look at relationships. Does your relationship support you? If it does, make it solid now in this month. Spend time talking about your plans, listening to your partner's plans and making plans together. The 4's all about plans, making plans and structures to move forward. If it's not, then sorry guys, it's time to let it go. You could also meet somebody new. Throughout this year, you could meet new people. So if you're single, that's great. If you meet someone new, give it the time. But tell them your dreams. Tell them where you're going. There's nothing worse than finding out months or years down the line that you don't want to be a parent, or you want to go and live in another country, or you've got a belief that's totally opposite to this person you're being with. Be open, honest, and true. The 2 energy is always relying on us to do that. Let's move on to February and the 3 energy. After that 2 energy of January, we've got a more optimistic, buoyant, high energy, raring to go. We feel like there's promise out there. We feel like the streets are paved with gold, but we could be getting a little bit scattered and all over the place. There's too many opportunities, too many rabbits. Just make a note of them, log them. We collecting our packets of seeds and we're going to start sowing them over the year. So really this is an ideas time. Get creative with whatever it is you want to do. If you're in a job, look how you can improve that job. Look where you can be creative. Look where you can start seeking out promotion. If you're in a creative job, this is great energy, the creative side of it. If you want to create your own business, then again, it's a real ideas time. It's a time we can start sowing our seeds, new projects, new opportunities will come our way. It's a wonderful month to be social, have fun, interact. Perhaps there's some people that we've been meaning to talk to about our ideas or concepts or promotion or how your business can work with another business. Even relationships. Get out and have some fun this month. Again, you could meet yourself somebody new, or at least you can add some fun into your current relationship. Let's move on to March. March is a 4 energy, right in line with the universe, 4 energy, and it's asking you now to start laying the foundations. We're going to start digging deep, putting the foundations down. It's time to work. It's time for detail, order, planning, structure. Know our destination. Where are you heading? Remember I said, what do you want? And then know your potential. It's a chance to gain confidence. Remove all distractions And if you find yourself procrastinating, then we need to nip this in the bud ASAP. That's down to the distractions or not being connected, not being passionate about what it is that you're moving forward. This may feel daunting so early in this one energy and this new epicycle. But if you've taken time out to really connect, if this was the last 9 years of your life, then you want to make it the best 9 years of your life. And it all starts now. So we're laying the foundations, we're doing work. We must remember to cross our T's, dot our I's. It's important that we follow the law, that we set things up legally, that we don't run through red traffic lights or get speeding tickets. Pay them if you do. We want to get rid of anything that needs to be dealt with. And while I believe rules are bendable and breakable, we need to understand the consequences up front. You might be breaking an old mold from how you've lived up to this point into a new mold, but you need to set it up on solid ground. Look after your well-being. You're at the beginning of something and you've got this energy, but you must set in place a decent well-being, a sleep pattern, meal pattern, exercise, and rest and repair time needs to be included while we're sowing these seeds and setting up these projects. Let's move on to April and the 5 energy. All change. Last year was very structured. Last month was very structured. This month is probably a little bit more chaotic. Expect the unexpected. Opportunities could come in, and perhaps a promotion even if you're at work. Certainly you could meet somebody new. Just be careful who you meet in this month, because the 5 energy can often be just a short-term thing. Great, have fun, let it go. What's your new story? We're creating this new story. Let's just take a look. Are we starting to live the new story? Are we still stuck in the old story? Get in the new story. For example, what have you done to become that astronaut? Maybe you're wearing heavier shoes. Maybe you drive to work on a bike and you've got a helmet. Whatever it is, you need to be doing something that's moving you forward to your new story, or what it is that you want. The 5 energy, perhaps it's time to take a holiday, go on an adventure. It could also be time to relocate. You could get a new job, new house, new location. You might move overseas. You might just take a holiday overseas, or have some business overseas. Then take some time out when you do these new things to explore your local area. Get to know where you are and what you're building from. I've mentioned promotion. Be flexible and avoid distractions and addictions. I've already mentioned dependencies and things. Just make sure that you're still letting all that go. I've said this is still a year where we're going to let things go, just not as harshly as we were in 2019. Where am I now? May. May is a 6 energy. It's about relationships. They may go up, they may go down. We need to spend some time with these relationships. Are they going to stay? Are they going to go? I don't mean to be pessimistic about relationships, but sometimes we don't follow our own dreams because we're in a relationship that's holding us back. Either we haven't got support, or they're demanding so much of our time that we can't put any effort into what we really want. Look at your relationships. It is a great month for relationships. It's a great month to get married. It's a great month to have a child, to get a pet. It's as much as it's great for all those, it can also be the time that we disperse, the time we divorce, the time we let go. Whether we've got children or elderly parents, they may need our time. Look at the community. Are they asking our time? The 6 energy is very much of service, whether it be in your home or your community, that you need to spend some time looking at it. Self-love, I've mentioned, is important when we're working in any relationship, and loving us is make sure that you and your partner are on the same path. that I really want to make sure, because you're at a 1 year, that you're moving forward with somebody that's going to support you, and that you're also supporting them, to be fair. It's a time of honesty, and whatever you deliver, you want to deliver compassionately and with kindness. It's a great time to volunteer, to do something for charity in the community, your neighbour or a colleague at work. So start building some good relationships, because business in this millennium is not really hard sell me, myself and I, even though the one energy is that. We've moved into the 2 millennium, and we need to be working on relationships at all times. Relationships, how we interact with people, is so important. There could be some legal stuff come up. I mentioned legal before, or law before. This year, don't muck with the law. I've mentioned this in the 2020 video, is the law is going to be tight. The systems are going to be tight. And it could be out of fear with a system, or out of making us more stable. But do make sure that the rules you break, you understand the consequences up front. Know your own morals. Be true to yourself. Be congruent. Be in alignment. This year is about self-awareness. So use the 4 energy to understand your own system. Make your own system work for you. Let's move on to June. June is a 7 energy, and it's time to audit. Reflect. We've had 5 months now. Are we in alignment? Do we need to realign ourselves? You might find yourself feeling a little bit more, I need some me time, alone time. You might step back. It's a time to reflect on everything that I've said and that's gone on up to this point. With all the work that you've done to this point, what we want to do is see how it's moving you nearer towards that big goal. Do you feel fulfilled? Is your life beginning to take shape? I'm not saying every day is easy, but just, are you moving forward? It's a great time to study something, go to a workshop. Also, I mentioned well-being practices back in March. Hopefully they're still going on. However, meditation, Tai Chi, yoga, sound bath, add things like that, pamper time in, because you really deserve to ground yourself, become peaceful and calm. When you can be peaceful and calm when all chaos is going on around you, you make better decisions. The 1 energy is really about making decisions and taking action, having courage. And we do that best when we're in the now and we're calm, when we are proactive and not reactive. So take some time out to do some of these more sedate well-being activities. Really notice on your self-awareness. Perhaps you went away on holiday, or you didn't go on holiday. Go away on a retreat, a very quiet holiday, or a weekend in a spa or something. That will do you the world of good this month. Let's move on to July. July is an 8 energy. An 8 is about career, finance, business. It's about joining your practicality and your vision together. So you've got this vision, this big goal, and then you've got your micro goals along the way in whatever areas of your life. Is what do you need to do to get there? How resourceful do you need to be to get there? Who do you know that can help you? What do you need to study? What do you need to do before you can get to the next level? This is what we're looking at in the 8 energy. Now, the 8 energy is what we call the money number, and so it'll be money in, money out. Just be mindful of your finances, your budgets, whatever. Make sure that they are in order. I want to say it's a time to have your eyes and ears open. If you're in a business, what are your staff doing? Listen to what's going on. Listen to what's going on around the world. How does that affect your business? The 1 energy is really the the pioneer of new things. Perhaps you've noticed something that wasn't working and you've come up with a great idea. Just see how it's working, what's going on in the world right now. I read an article today about the bushfires in Australia, and the indigenous tribes said that there's a 50,000 seems a long way away, but 50,000 year old practice of what indigenous tribes do to stop fires. So sometimes it can be a very old practice that's not being used, or we might need something new. The One Energy is about new trends, new ideas and new concepts. So the 8 Energy is a good time that maybe you could get someone to invest in your business, or you invest your ideas in the business that you work from. Certainly invest your time and effort into anything that means a lot to you, your relationship, your home, your business, and so on. The 8 Energy often takes us away from home. So if you are in a relationship, make sure that you are still looking after your relationship. There could be some legal stuff that comes up again in the 8 Energy. I want you to make sure that you've got everything in order. I'm not going to say this again, the 4 year is bringing it up, but just be mindful of what you do in July and what legal stuff. Perhaps it's an insurance. Make sure your car's insured. You don't want to be driving an uninsured car. Make sure that your computers are protected. I know that mine is about to expire today and I need to make sure, otherwise I'll have a whole bunch of problems to deal with. Not necessarily legal, but it will be something that makes my structure fall. It's very much a business month. So if you've been building on whatever it is that's new, and even you're a business yourself, just make sure that you are building it and investing good time into it. Let's move on to August. August is a 9 Energy. Well, welcome back to 2019, but this really should be the last month now of really letting go of what you haven't. If there is something that you're holding on to and you're tight, think of people with arthritic fingers that are like this. It's because they've got control and they're holding on to things. Everything is energy and it's blocked. But this is the time, this month, is you need to let go. Whatever feels like you are tight, let it all go. Release, forgive, conclude. You are wrapping up everything from the last epicycle. I said it takes time over this year, and this is the final month of the big releases. Now, every year we'll have a 9 pop up and there will be some form of release, but this is the release for us to start afresh, this new book, this new rebirth that we've got going on. So wrap up the old, release what's not allowing you to be free. I said everybody wants to be free. So release what's not allowing you to be free, what's not supporting you, what's pulling you out. Just chuck it out. It could be an emotional month. There might be some melancholy because you've let things go, and that's okay. You know, grieving is a natural process. So find time to grieve, but then make sure you've set in place what is new. The reason when we give up habits like smoking and we go back to smoking, I say like this, I don't even know how to smoke, I've never smoked, is we haven't put something new in the place. If you're not connected to your dreams, to your future, to what this energy is bringing, then you'll find yourself falling back. So you need to let that go, bid it farewell, and then really focus on what is going to pull you forward. So it could be that this energy of this month has you emotional. It could be that you're sensitive, and just be mindful of that's how that you're feeling with this energy of release. Now, with the release out the way and we move into September, we have a 1 Energy. September always brings us a double whammy of the personal year energy. So now, really and truly, we've been looking at the year as we've been going on. We've been looking at what we want to sow, what we want to start, what we want to create. And now we really want to look at the seeds we've been sowing and those yet to sow, and sow them. Because this is it now. New beginnings and fresh starts are really in place. We've done the groundwork And now we're clearing the slate. We've wiped it clean. We've got an electrical surge, a current now kicking us up the backside, telling us it's time to move forward. We've got an inner strength. We're feeling independent. We've got it now. We're passionately connected to what it is. We are focused. We are determined. We are courageous, and we are strong. Well, that's a great place to be, isn't it? Stop being partially invested. I've just explained how you're meant to be. Get invested in you. Get invested in your future. Get invested in your relationship. Get invested in whatever it is that you chose back at the beginning of the year to get invested with. What you decided partway through the year was still a part of what you wanted. It's a time to do this. If you meet someone in this month, if you decide that your relationship is strong, there is a high chance now that this could go on long term. So let's hope you pick the right relationship, because if it's the wrong relationship and it's long term, you might not want that. So it's a great time for a relationship to go long term. Or it's a great time to meet someone new in this that could still go long term. Let's move on to October. October always gives us insight to the following year. I know we just started this year and I'm working my way through it, but October gives us a taster for next year. So what's in store for you in 2021, I seem so far away, doesn't it, is the 2 energy. So I'm asking you to observe what goes on this month. Be patient at what goes on. All these new ideas, all this thought out of relationships and business and career and where we're going to live and all those kind of things, is we're now slowing down. I want you to trust your intuition and have faith that you have the courage to make this work. Your emotions will be highly sensitive, not just for you to feel it in yourself, but you may feel other people's emotions. You may misunderstand, and it could end up with a little bit of a disagreement. Make up, talk it through, sort it out. What we're looking to do is harmonize. I mentioned earlier that in this millennium and in this decade where we have 2 2s in each of the years ahead, it really is a time of relationship, even business relationships. It's relationship selling, relationship connection. It's not even relationship selling, it's relationship buying. In a 2 energy, people buy, we don't sell. So you'll be more sensitive to your own and other people's, and you could make mountains out of molehills. Is it molehills or anthills? I'm not sure, but just be mindful of what you do. You want to support others, have others support you. It's a slow month. Be diplomatic and connect. Moving on. November and December give us a test drive. They give us a trial for the year ahead. So you've got November with a 3 energy. And that means who inspires you and how can you inspire others? You feel more motivated, more inspired. There's a sparkle about you and you bring a sparkle to others. It's like you decided at the beginning of the year you were going to take new action and start this new journey, this new book. And now people are beginning to notice that you're a person of your word. It's beginning to take shape, albeit new or young. Things are changing. And while I say new or young, you could have a big goal, but you may be climbing the ladder. A promotion here, a promotion there, a new job here, relocation there. Whatever it is, it's all a part of the process. So you're on a fast track after last month. Watch your energy. It may be scattered because whenever we get this new flux, this free energy in, we're feeling highly social. We want to have more fun, very creative. So it's a great time for any creative activity. And if you're not creative at work, get out and do some crafts. Get out and do something creative in what you're doing. Or certainly socialise. Laugh. Go and watch some funny programs. Go to the theatre. Go to do some things that are different, that allows you to see and experience something on a different level. Be careful about being scattered. You could be chasing too many rabbits. Do not cut any corners, because next month you're going to pick it all up again. So while this free energy has us a bit scattered, don't rush anything. What's the saying? Less haste, more speed. If you cut corners, you'll have to repair those corners next month and next year. What we do this month is a taster for next month, okay? So with all the creative ideas, all that's gone on this year, it's time to look at all those wonderful balloons. Are they filled with lead or are they floating? Okay, the lead ones are weighing us down and the floaty ones are going to pick us up. So make sure that you are connected to your right goals. Let's move on to December. December's the 4 energy. If you cut corners, you're going to fix it this month. It's a work, lots to do. Look at your to-do list. Make sure you're crossing things off. Stay focused. Last month you were feeling really creative and you might have had some more ideas again. Now we need to start putting them into play, taking action. It seems fast and you may not still feel ready. Just go back to your foundations. Remember the 4 energy, and we're building up. Don't think you're not near your goal. Just know you've left the start point. Remember, what are you building? What do you want? And how far have you stretched your potential? Continue to find courage and inner strength. Continue to be self-aware and see how your energy plays out with everything else. Make decisions and act on them. Remember, there are no mistakes, only lessons. So what, you made some decisions over this year, you sowed some seeds that haven't worked. That's okay. Just look at what is working. Move your mind to a positive mindset and then keep moving forward. I hope you have an amazing 2020. I really believe this rebirth is great at this time. In a 2 millennium, in the 20s. Work on your relationships with your big ideas and what you want, your relationships with those around you, material, emotional, physical and mental. Work on all those relationships. If you found this valuable, give me a thumbs up. If you're in a relationship and you want to check out your partners, do go and check out their personal years in the link above. It's so valuable to know where they're at, but also help them know where they're at by introducing them to the video. I talked about what do you want and following your dream and starting afresh. One of the numbers that can really help you is your life path number, and I've created that series also. Go and check the link in the link above and see how your life path can work with your personal year. I mean, if you're on a life path 1 on a personal year 1, great, you already got an idea of what's going on. It might be that you're on different numbers. That's okay too. But when you know where you're going and what your lessons are, you can use the personal year energy to take you forward. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. Press that bell for further notifications. All my videos do add some value, whatever energy you are working with in the time, especially my forecasts, year and months, and any extra ones I put on in between. It's been a pleasure sharing this insight with you. I'd love you to leave comments throughout the year below so we can see how this energy is playing out for you. As I said at the beginning, welcome to personal year 1 and welcome to your new epicycle. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.